Be sure to stay tuned to the very end of this video because I have a great story to tell that I think will wrap it all up for us. Your place as a parent is apparently important. Hello, my name is Heather McMillan, and today I would like to encourage moms and dads. You know, there's a lot of people in your kid's life. There's coaches who, sometimes we can be so amazed by. They get our kids to do things we didn't think they could do. And their teachers are incredible. Their grandparents a lot of times are those great figures in the child's life that those kids just want to see them so bad and want to go to their house and want to spend the night and want to stay there. Actually, that reminds me of my own kids wanting to go to their friend's house because their friend's parents were so cool. And I thought that was pretty neat. I remember thinking that when I was a kid, that my friends' parents were pretty amazing people. But when it came right down to it, I wouldn't trade my own parents for any of those people. There's just something really special between a parent and a child that no one else can take your place. And no one else can do your job. In fact, I know a lot of parents, and actually, I know a lot of teachers, a lot of coaches, and I was a children's pastor for years. And I saw the way that children looked at their parents. It's different, and it's special. And I think kids get madder at their parents than they do at anyone else. But they also share that beautiful, precious bond deeper with their parents than they do with anyone else. Even though other people have influence and other people are making an impact, your influence and your impact goes to the very core of who your child is. You know, all these other adults in their life, the neighbors or whomever, they come and go. And they leave a little deposit, and hopefully it's a very good deposit. The deposit that you make in your child goes on and lasts the rest of their life. And I would just like to say, even if you think, I haven't done a great job, I've deposited a lot of really not great things or not good enough things in my child, it's okay. You know, our children can learn from our mistakes as well as from the things that we do well. I know that I've learned from my parents' mistakes. My kids have learned from mine. It'll go on that way till the end of time. That's actually never going to stop. I had really wonderful parents, and so did my husband, and they had great parents. And so we kind of thought, well, maybe we will be such good parents that our kids will have no complaints whatsoever. But it's not really true. Our kids still sit around the table, seems like mostly when we have company, and remind us about things that we said or did that were just, did I really say that? Did I really do that? And that's okay. I think that today I just really want to be sure that you know that your role is irreplaceable. You are irreplaceable. And sometimes we have some limiting beliefs that cause us to not think that those things are true, the things I just said. One of those beliefs is that we think other people are more equipped and they're better at their job and they're more professional about working with children. So maybe we are inconsequential. Maybe we need to just let the teacher fix it, or let the children's pastor fix it, or let the coach help. And I think those people can help, but actually their job is not your job. You were created by God for these children, and they were created for you. I mean, sometimes we have children that we just haven't got figured out yet. Or maybe our children can't figure us out. It's okay. It takes time. It's not a race. There's a couple of my kids it took me a long time to figure out, and when I did, sometimes they changed, and then I had to figure them out again. So that's all right. That's why we don't have thousands of children. We just have the few. We just have enough. We just have what we have capacity for. And if we don't have capacity in a given day, that's all right. We can forgive ourselves for not being enough, and we can ask God for grace so that we can be enough the next day. Okay, I have this great story to tell about limiting beliefs. So when I was a first grader, my brother was a third grader, we had a tree in our front yard, and the two bottom branches were really close together, and the third branch was pretty high up. And I actually have no idea at all what the other branches above that did, because my whole goal was to get to the third branch. Now, my branch that I got on was the second branch, and the way I got there was by the first branch. That was no problem. But my brother was somehow able to go from the second branch through this whole gap where there were no branches and get up to his branch. And his legs kind of like swung down. I remember his heels kind of like close to my forehead. So annoying. But anyway, there I sat. And he told me, Heather, you can't get on this branch. There's no way up here. First of all, if there's no way up here, how did he get up here? I always wondered that, but I didn't say anything. But there's not really any way I could have gotten up there anyway, because why? He was already there. He was in that spot. There's no way I could get to that spot. But one day when he wasn't there, not in the tree at all, I decided to try to get onto his branch. It was very intimidating. I tried several different ways and couldn't get up there. But I didn't give up. If you know anything about me, you know I don't usually give up. So the next time I was in the tree and he wasn't in the tree, I once again worked very, very hard to try to get into that spot. Well, I still didn't make it. The next time I was in the tree by myself, actually not by myself, my neighbor Caroline was with me. And Caroline decided she wanted to get onto the third branch. She literally tried to climb over me. I was stuck on my branch, she was on the first branch, and she tried to climb over me to get onto John's branch. That was all the motivation I needed. Someone was usurping my spot. I scampered up that bare trunk and grabbed that branch and pulled myself up there, and I was so shocked when I looked down and realized where I was. And I thought, I've done it now. Now I know how to do it. This is where I belong. I'm going to stay here. Well, that was great. I was pretty proud of myself. However, one other time when Caroline and I were in the tree together, she was going to get to that spot first. And I'm not kidding you. She knocked me out of the tree. I landed on the hood of my dad's station wagon and broke my glasses. So there's that. Sometimes people are just too ambitious. Here's my point. No one belongs in your spot. And if you allow yourself to stay in a limited place where you know you could go further but you're afraid to try, and you wait till no one else is there and you try to sneak into it, I don't know. Really what you need to do is just decide you're not going to be limited anymore. You are going to be the parent. You're going to be a great parent. You're going to learn what you need to learn. You're going to take the time you need to take. You're going to be patient with yourself. You're going to get in the spot you're supposed to be in. And when the Carolyns of this world try to clamber across the top of you to get into your spot, you're just going to maybe make that your motivation to say, this is where I belong. So, as a former children's pastor shouldn't be in your spot. Teachers shouldn't be in your spot. Coaches, counselors, they've all got a role to play. But you have the top spot in your child's life. And I encourage you to be bold and courageous and climb up there and sit where you belong, and don't let anybody knock you onto your dad's station wagon and break your glasses. That's just what I think.